Psychedelic beers in our future? Try the past. Stone gets a taste of their own. Surly Darkness Day moves. And yes, we got beers to pair with these stories, but more on that in a minute. I'm Samuel Sly, and this is the Chug.
You're watching Beer and Loathing's Chug, the best source for beer stories that may or may not have pissed you off last week. These are the stories that got shuffled under the rug or have been covered to death on the internet by everyone else and needs their final send-off, Beer and Loathing style. We stir up that outrage one last time so you can get good and pissed off and move on to the new shit that'll piss you off this week.
First up in Psychedelic History class news, a profile piece blaming the German Reinschabbat law for beer as we know it, and mentioned casually that psilocybin mushrooms used to be found in beer. I will await for my psychedelic beer party to become a reality once we stop shoving pastries up beer's asses and covering them with bacon. But I guess that's just why I put 13 or 14 hits of acid in every beer I drink. Pfft. Next up, getting stoned, but not like the fun kind, like biblical, let's pummel this poor asshole with large rocks kind news. Miller Coors has responded to Stone Brewing's lawsuit, claiming they have trademark rights over the use of the name Stone. Stone has since responded to the response, and now we are awaiting a response to that response. We'll await further response. I mean, basically it's like sitting at your favorite dive bar and listening to two drunk morons babbling at each other. It's like, shut the fuck up, Bill and John. I'm 36 acid hits deep and I can taste feelings, am I right? Cool. Finally, in Obey the Dark Lord news, Surly's annual Dark Lord Days is moving locations to Wisconsin. Update your travel schedule accordingly. There's really no joke to that one. The news was pretty lame last week. Hashtag 420 blaze it! Now we have Cran Hangry Man back from Focus on the Beer to give us some updates on our beer releases.
Thanks, Pam. Happy to be here. You do look a bit parched, so I'll start my segment with a chug of Eddie Line's Epic Day. You can taste the litigation. Welcome to the Focus on the Beer focused forecast for fresh craft beer in Colorado, bringing you a quick and dirty selection of new and upcoming Colorado beers that you should focus on. Odell ramps up the attack on big beer with their own fizzy Colorado lager. No adjuncts were hurt in this process. Oscar Blues is making things fugly again, and Avery Brewing is getting into rum barrel planking. Is that a CrossFit term? New Belgium, when they're not imitating terpenes with hem hearts, decided to let their Voodoo Ranger mix guava and spruce into the batch. And finally, now that Hazy and Juicy are officially recognized by the BA, Left Hand Brewing has released Juicy Goodness, which is not an IPA. Go figure. Anyways, if you want your beer featured on this segment, send me a press release and I'll get it in. Cheers!
Excellent stuff as always, Brian. This week's stories pair up exquisitely with Rockyard Brewing and Castle Rock's Colorado Hopolyptico Tropical IPA. The strong can brandy and fruity tropical notes complement the fruitiness of all the stories and Hangry Man's sweet peach of a bottom. Come back next week to find out what pissed you off this week. Fuck yeah!